So as you know, we are now without a contract as of July 1st.
Our contract expires today, so we'll be working without a contract.
Our contracts have now expired. You'll notice that on payday when you don't get the raise in your paycheck that you usually get on July 1st.
Our contract's expired. July 1st is here. And we've been at this for over a year. We started working on our contract campaign last spring, 2025, and we have now presented all of our major articles.
We've had 14 bargaining sessions. We have proposed all the items in our contract that we would like to improve, and we are mostly waiting to hear back from management.
We've had 56 hours of time at the table with management, and we're so far ahead of where we were in the last contract. But we haven't really done any negotiating. When I say we, I mean they.
We haven't heard anything about our proposals to support researchers, to make sure that research is properly supported, whether there are federal attacks or other challenges, research needs to be supported. We haven't heard about the AI guardrails so that you have control over your work and your data and it's not being used in ways that you haven't consented to. We need to hear about graduate worker representation. Right now, anyone classified as a graduate fellow doesn't have access to the same solid healthcare and union representation, and they move back and forth between these different statuses over the course of their time as a graduate worker.
The university has not provided adequate responses to any of our articles. They are barely providing us with counters. It seems that they are just delaying and delaying and delaying, which has always been their tactic, which led to the strike last contract cycle. If things like having a reasonable clinical workload, having adequate resources and staffing, and having fair raises on our entire salaries, not just the base salary, is important, then I hope you can get involved in the next few weeks, as we're going to need to ramp up the pressure on the university administration to actually negotiate in good faith.
We are going to need to both hear back from management, but also hear from members about how much of a priority these issues are and how much you're willing to demand improvements.
So the question is, what can we do going forward?
So the only language that management understands is the language of collective power. And in order for us to express that power, and we know how to do it, we've shown that in the past, right? We have muscle memory from the last contract. In order for management to take what we're saying seriously, we're going to have to use that power. And that means getting on the phone, talking to members, plastering the campus with our posters and demands, building a strong union, getting new members to join.
It's going to be ever more important that all union members work together to stand in solidarity so that our bargaining team has the leverage to win those demands at the negotiating table. The most important thing you can do is have face-to-face, one-on-one conversations in whatever format with your colleagues, because it's hard to cut through all of the things that are going on in the world today. We can send as many emails as we want, updating people on what's going on, but the way to connect with people and the issues they care about is to hear from a trusted colleague and to be able to see on that personal level that our bargaining demands are our means of addressing your concerns in the workplace. Our strength at the table depends on our ability to stand together and take action as one. So get involved today.